Hola, buenos días. Es Nico.
Get y'all kids, because I'm going to fuck somebody's son.
So today, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. My acne is gone. I'm just trying to get rid of some dark spots, hyperpigmentation. I got a haircut. Crisp. Bitch looking crisp. I did my eyebrows and they came out perfectly fine. People on Twitter were roasting me saying that they would drag the shit out of me if I fucked up my eyebrows because I bought a trimmer instead of like the blades. Just because I have sensitive skin, so anytime a blade is against my skin, I get razor bumps. Trim my mustache, trim my goatee. I'm feeling peak Nico. I'm feeling peak. Let me stop. Anyway, let's get on to the actual conversation. If you like conversations like this, dialogue like this, centered around Black and brown people of color experiences, make sure to follow me on Patreon at patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics. Nico, you plug this every video. In every video, I have a bill to pay. But yeah, let's definitely get started. So today we're going to be talking about the pull-out method. Hold up. Nico, what do you mean? Are you talking about, women since you're bisexual? That's not specifically what I mean. The pull-out method in the LGBT community, the leg booty community. I've been in a few situations. Nico, yes, I don't have hookups. I'm protected. Friends with benefits is different. What do you consider a friends with benefits? Someone I consistently have sex with over a span of a few months. A hookup once or twice, that doesn't necessarily make you my friends with benefits. If we're hunching on the regular, and slightly communicating casually, I consider you a friends with benefit. So I've had a few situations where I was beating the coochie up. Nico, yes, if it's a friends with benefits, no condom. No condom. Yeah, I'm negative on PrEP. I get tested every 3 months. I make sure that my partners are getting tested as well. So I've never had an STD, and that's not like a flex. I always tell you guys, it's more so just saying I practice precaution to some degree. I always practice precaution. It's never just balls to the walls, unprotected sex with a random person. But I know even that's dangerous. Let's focus, because I know people in the comments are gonna say, but Nico, even that's dangerous. I get it. I know. I'm an adult. But I be beating the coochie up, and then I release my super happy adult fun time party favors inside of them. Party favors, I'm trying to tiptoe around it. And then they be like, did you nut? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? Didn't you hear me go, because I'm very vocal. And they're like, I thought you would have pulled out. I remember one time I linked up with somebody and I had nutted, and then he went, oh my God, you can't nut at me, I have a boyfriend. And I was like, wait a minute, because it was a friends with benefits and he invited me to a threesome. I'm like, how do you invite me to a threesome with one of your associates and you have a boyfriend and didn't tell me until I nutted in you when I previously nutted in you dozens of times? You know what I mean? So there's a lot. That's a story time in itself. That individual is actually, I've known him for like years. So it was just a funny thing because he didn't tell me it was a relationship, nor did he tell me to practice the pull-out method. So essentially the pull-out method is you have unprotected sex, but before you release your super happy fun time adult party favors inside of their party piñata, inside of their party piñata, you pull out and release the confetti everywhere else. It's supposed to prevent STDs and STIs, but people don't understand that's not smart. Like whenever I have unprotected, super happy fun time with somebody, I am taking sexual ownership of my own health, because at that point I'm putting myself at risk by doing so. Meaning I'm prepared for the outcome. A lot of people don't understand the pull-out method, though it is helpful. I'm not gonna say it's not helpful. It is helpful because STDs and STIs usually travel through sexual fluid unless it is specific ones. For example, the pull-out method is not going to help you with herpes. The pull-out method is not going to help you with genital warts. The pull-out method, etc., etc. Hell, you can still contract HIV with the pull-out method because of pre-party favors. You know, the what makes it wet and glisten before you actually get started, because that's sexual fluid. So when people say, "Oh, just pull out," I respect that, because at that point they're communicating what they want sexually, so you do that. If somebody asks you to pull out, you pull out because they are specifying their rules. The only issue I've run into when that situation is happening is when they don't tell you to pull out and they're just like, I just expected you to pull out. Then it's just a miscommunication in the moment. Like I said, I've never had an STD or STI, so all of my partners have been fine. And usually after that, they let me release my confetti wherever I want. But the initial unprotected encounter is usually pull out because we're still getting to that level. My thought process is, if we're already hunching without no love glove, it should not matter where I where I release. But I always respect somebody's wishes, because when you're having adult super happy fun time, you have to have a clear line of communication and consent. So if somebody's telling you to pull out, do it, even if it's not effective for preventing all STDs and STIs. It still is beneficial for certain ones, because there is a higher viral load if you actually just empty yourself in somebody. That's why a lot of receptive partners tend to catch, let's say HIV, for example, more easily, because the anal walls it absorbs it. So it's going directly into the bloodstream, etc. So it's like, I understand. And you always respect somebody's wishes when you're having sex, because sex is a two-way consensual street, or at least it should be. Just know that you are in danger for more if you're using no protection, because even though it's helping lower the rates of transmission for certain STDs and STIs, like I stated prior, herpes, genital warts, etc., STDs and STIs transmitted by touch of bare skin can still, pass over to you. So definitely drop your opinions down below. Do you run by the pull-out method? Do you believe that as long as they don't finish inside, as long as you don't finish your party favors inside and release your confetti in their piñata, everything will be fine? Or do you practice the more traditional, we use a rubber, and if we don't, at that point, we're both two grown adults consenting, you shouldn't have to pull out? So definitely drop your opinions down below and your preferences. When you are going unprotected with no love glove, do you prefer for them to pull out, or do you just like, hey, we're already here, we're already having the unprotected, super happy fun time, just do what you want? Because a lot of bottoms, when I've been in those situations with my friends with benefits, after you actually put it in and you've established that you're going to be having unprotected sex, majority of them are just like, do whatever you want, because at this point, we already in there, you already beating it up, So most are like that. But like I said, a few prior had reservations, like the one that had a boyfriend but invited me to a threesome. Nico, I've been through some wild shit in my heyday when I was starting and bopping. I've been through some wild shit, but that still made me holler because he didn't tell me. It was like, I finished it, he was like, I have a boyfriend, you can't do that. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? Or when you felt me, because I give visual signs, I'm a verbal person, I be gripping and I be telling you I'm about to. If you don't tell me something, and we're already doing the unprotected hunching, my first instinct isn't gonna be to pull out, just because we've already established that we're not using protection in our super happy fun time. But yeah, definitely drop your opinions and your experiences down below.
And once again, a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon, and a quick shout out to my third eye tier patrons. Your support means everything to me and helps me do this a lot more smoothly. I will also be listing this week's live stream topic in case anybody wants to join in on the fun. I will see you guys there.